Hello and Jai Hind friends, myself your friend Naveen Quadras. In this session we are going to learn adjectives in that position of an adjective as well as order of an adjective, which is also called as a correct use of adjectives. First let me ask what is adjectives. In my previous video I taught adjective and its kinds. Adjectives are the describing words that add something to the meaning of noun. It tells more about noun. Now let me ask what is position of an adjective. Adjective can be placed before the noun or after the noun. Adjective can be placed before the noun or after the noun. It is called as position of an adjective. Example, an honest person is respected everywhere. An honest person is respected everywhere. Here I placed adjectives before the noun. It is called as a before the noun adjective. Second one, this shopkeeper is honest. This shopkeeper is honest. Here adjective is placed after the noun. This is only called position of an adjective. An adjective can be placed before the noun or it can also placed after the noun. This is called as a position of an adjective. Next, order of adjectives. Order of adjective depends on how closely the adjective connected to the noun. It is also called as a correct use of adjective. Once again I repeat, order of adjectives depend on how closely it is connected to the noun. It is also called as correct use of adjective. The formula for order of an adjective is G, S, 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 A, C, O, G, M. G stands for general opinion. Example, wonderful, beautiful. S stands for specific opinion, that is expensive, cheap, etc. S stands for size, that is large, short, tall, etc. Again S stands for shape, that is square, round, rectangle, etc. Again A stands for age, that is old, new, modern, etc. C stands for color, that can be red, pink, blue, white or multicolor, whatever it may be. O stands for origin or nationality. Example, Indian, Chinese, etc. G stands for gerund, interesting. G stands for gerund, interesting. M stands for material. It can be a leather, nylon, and finally comes noun. Once again I say, general opinion comes first. Second, specific opinion. Third, size. Fourth, shape. Fifth, age. Sixth, color. Seventh, origin. Eighth, gerund. Ninth, material. And finally, we write the noun. This is called as an order of adjective. It is also called as a correct use of adjective. It always depends on how closely adjective that connected to the noun. Now examples, strong, large, brown, leather, bag. Strong is a general opinion, large is a size, brown color, leather material, and finally noun, that is bag. Fast, expensive, red German car. Fast is a general opinion, expensive specific opinion, red color, German, that is a nationality or origin, finally a noun, that is car. A beautiful, square, multicolored carpet. Beautiful is a general opinion, square is a size, multicolored is a color, and finally a carpet. Carpet is a noun or material. Large, grey, Indian car. Large is a size, grey is a color, Indian is a nationality or material, finally car. Interesting English book. I said the gerund always comes at number 8, okay, before the material. Interesting English book. Interesting is a gerund. This is called as a order of adjectives. Once again I say the formula: general opinion, specific opinion, size, shape, age, color, origin, gerund, material, and finally comes nouns. It is only called order of an adjective. Please learn this formula. So that because if you learn the formula, the order of an adjective is very easier for you. Next, a correct use of adjective. Some and any. There are two words are there. One is some, one is any. The meaning is same. Some also same, Any also same only. But where to use some, where to use any. Some we will use for affirmative sentence or any command or any request. Example, we brought some apples. This is affirmative sentence. Would you like to have some biscuits? This is a request. For request we use a some. Second, any. Any we use for negative sentence or interrogative sentence. Example, we did not buy any bananas. Were there any oranges in the market? Were there any oranges in the market? It is interrogative sentence. Okay, affirmative sentence, command and request we use some. Negative sentence and interrogative sentence we always use any. This is first one. Second one, nearest and next. Where to use nearest? Where to use next? Nearest denotes distance. Nearest denotes distance. Example, where is the nearest post office, or where is the nearest bus stand, etc. Next. Next denotes position. Example, send the next patient in. Send the next patient in. Next, after someone. This is about nearest and next. Correct use of adjectives. Third one is each and every. Where to use each, where to use every. Each denotes two nouns, or number is definite, or when we form a group. Example, each participant appreciated by teacher. Each item was neatly arranged or neatly labeled. So each mostly we use for two persons, or when we form a group or number which is definite. Next, every. Every we use for more than two nouns or number which is indefinite, or for a whole group. Example, every student of grade 7 is present. Every student of grade 7 is present means entire group, more than two persons, and each and every always considered as a singular. Next, there is train in Mumbai every 4 hours, number which is indefinite. Okay, for that we have to use every. Each we use for two persons, number which is indefinite, or when we form the group. Every we use for number which is indefinite where there are more than two persons. Next, fourth one, little, a little, the little. Little mostly we use for uncountable noun. Little we use for uncountable noun. There are three littles are there. One is little, a little, the little. Little, just little, which gives a negative meaning. It is 10% or hardly. Example, Manoj had little hope for clearing the exam. Manoj had little hope for clearing the exam, which indicate that Manoj didn't have any hope at all. Only 10% hope he had. That is negative meaning. Next, a little, a little. A little, a positive meaning, means 50%. Or some 50%. Example, there is a little hope for his recovery. That means there is 50% hope is there, 50%. For that we have to use a little. Third, the little. The little means it is also a positive meaning, 90%. Or we can say 80 to 90%. Some but sufficient. Some little but sufficient. Example, he had the little confidence to face an interview. He had the little confidence to face the interview. Means he had sufficient confidence. Is it clear? This is about little, a little, and the little. Next, few, a few, the few. It is also similar, but few we use for countable noun. Okay, little, a little, the little we use for uncountable noun. Few, a few, the few we use for countable noun. Example, few. Few is a negative meaning, means only 10%. Few means nothing. Example, few leaves left on the tree during autumn or after autumn, means there were no leaves at all, nothing. Second, a few. A few means a positive meaning, some, not many. Some, not many. Positive. Example, a few passengers waited for the train. A few passengers waited for the train. Means there may be 3 or 4 passengers. Third, the few. The few is a positive meaning, some but sufficient. Some but sufficient. Example, the few houses in the street are beautiful. There may be 10 or 12 houses are beautiful. Okay, few, a few, the few. Few means negative, a few means positive, some, the few means it is also positive, means sufficient. Next, sixth one, elder, eldest, older and oldest. Elder, eldest, older and oldest. Where to use elder and eldest? Where to use older and oldest? First, let us take elder and eldest. Elder and eldest are used for closely family members like daughter, son, sister, brother, etc. Example, my elder son is a doctor. My elder son is a doctor. A closely family members, we use elder or eldest. Elder not followed by than, especially for a comparative degree, we don't use elder, okay? If it requires, we have to use older. For a comparative degree, there is no elder. Example, Rashid is older than Rohan. Rashid is older than Rohan. If you want than, for a comparative degree, we have to use older, no elder. Second one. Third one, older and oldest. Okay, elder and eldest I said we use for a closely family members. Older and oldest denote age. Okay, older and oldest which denote age and which we use both person and things. Older and oldest we can use for person or we can use things. Elder and eldest we use only for a person, that is also closely family member. Older and oldest we use for person or things. Example, our house is older than any other house in the colony. Our house is older than any other house in the colony. Second, Chulbul Pandey is the oldest man in the village. Chulbul Pandey is the oldest man in the village. Is it clear? Elder and eldest we use for closely family members and we use only for a person. Older and oldest we use for person or things or any closely man in the village. Finally, later, latest and later and latest. Okay, there are some, it is just like a homophones. Okay, homophones. Later, L-A-T-E-R and latest, L-A-T-E-S-T, which denote time. Example, I will call you later, time. What is the latest news? What is the latest news? Okay, L-A-T-E-R, L-A-T-E-S-T, which denote time. Next, L-A-T-T-E-R and last, later and last, that denote position. Later and last denote position. Example, Majestic is the last railway station. Majestic is the last railway station. Second, later comes Dhoni, a best wicket keeper or a captain of India. Later comes Dhoni, a best wicket keeper of India. This is later, L-A-T-T-E-R and L-A-S-T, that denote position. Is it clear? This is about later, latest, later, L-A-T-T-E-R and last. This is about correct use of adjectives. Okay, if you like, please subscribe my channel. Wish you a happy and fabulous day. I will meet you in my next video. Till that, bye bye.